Art Helen Outdoors is brought to you by Vortex, the force of optics, New Archery Products, Passion Drives Innovation, Northwoods Bear Products, Hoyt, Get Serious, Get Hoyt, Moultrie, Total Game Management, Ameristep, Innovation, Safety and Quality, Arctic Shield, Locks Heat In, Keeps Cold Out, Drake's Adventures. We get children involved. Also brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Welcome to Art Helen Outdoors. In this episode, we have a special guest, my friend Eric Pearson. He's got some really neat tips and techniques he's going to share with you. This is one you won't want to miss.
Hi, I'm Eric Pearson, and I've been bow hunting deer in the great state of Wisconsin for 30 years. For the last 20 of those years, I've been doing it from a wheelchair. So our goal in this video is to show a number of the things me and friends have learned in these last 20 years on how to get that done. And especially in the last couple years, how to get that done while hunting mature whitetails on Art and Michelle's farm. So I'll tell you a little bit about my story. So it was 20 years ago, I was in a mountain biking accident, and that paralyzed me from just below the chest down. Before that, for the 10 years before that, I was grew up in a town in southeastern Wisconsin where, me and my friends on a Friday night we'd have a football game. On a Saturday morning, we'd be out in the woods bow hunting, and then getting together for breakfast. And that's stuff that I grew up with and loved and wanted to keep doing. I couldn't imagine not doing that. And so I had to figure out ways to do that again. And thanks to friends and family and others, we figured out ways to do that. So what we're going to show you here is about 4 or 5 things that I've learned. First thing is how to shoot a longbow like I used to. Since I don't have trunk muscles, balance is an issue, and had to figure out a way to shoot again. And we're going to show you some things we've done with a chair, simple things that got me able to shoot a bow like I used to, shoot the same bows I have. Another thing we're going to show is how we hunt from pop-up blinds on the ground, how to hunt out of permanent blinds on the ground. Also going to show how we hunt from elevated, about 6 feet in the air, a quad pod, how I get up in there, how I get help getting in there, and also show how I use some rock climbing equipment and ropes and stands to hunt from a tree stand, which is my favorite way to hunt deer, and I'm really glad I figured out a way to get back in a tree and hunt deer like most people in Wisconsin hunt whitetail deer, bow hunters. All right. Hey, so I talked about hunting with friends and social part of this being real important. This is Art Helen. Art Helen and I played football together in college, and Art's been nice enough the last 15 years to take me out hunting and to help figure out some of the best ways for us to hunt big deer. And if there's a guy that knows how to hunt big deer and kill big deer, Art's the guy. So thanks, Art.
I don't know if I go that far, but I do like big deer. So, one of the first, it was all new to me when we started years ago because we started actually turkey hunting together. And so ground blinds were very important. Well, technology today has brought the ground blinds to a whole new level. And so because it's my own property, I've got a lot of options here. One, if we've got to move things and we have to move him to different areas, we use the portable ground blinds. I like this setup when you have the big windows, especially for people in Eric's situation, because once we get him in there and we have special chairs that have been built for them, if he's not in his wheelchair himself, that he can move in there, gives him more options of shooting than just one little window. They've got nice little loops on them So you can actually take that brush and stick those in to different areas throughout this entire blind to brush this in and make it a lot easier. The only issue with that, once you brush those in and have it down, is trying to get him into the blind, which is still possible. Easiest way to do this that we have found out is get here earlier, take your loops or your strings that you have, and you're going to have to pull 2 different sides. So when you pull those sides, I can come up and actually lift this. This one I don't have any stakes in now, but then I can lift this up.
Yep.
So he can actually get underneath there. Once he's in, I'll pull the blind back down, restake it, then I'll go unzip the blind, and then I can get into it with him if I'm hunting with him, with turkeys and stuff. Usually with deer, I cut him loose and I'm out of here and gone to my own stand. So once I make sure he has everything he needs, I'm gone.
All right, if you're fortunate enough to have private land and a place you know is a good place to hunt from, maybe you want to go with a permanent ground blind like this. So a couple of things that are important for me when picking out or building a permanent ground blind is first, well, make sure the door to get in and out of it is wide enough to get you and your chair in and out of it. Another really important thing is, especially if you're bow hunting, make sure you're paying attention to how big or how long the windows are. If I'm not able to stand up or squat down to adjust to shoot out a window, so make sure they're long enough. Make sure you've got plenty of height up and down on your windows. And I said up and down. Usually it's on the bottom end that a normal ground blind might not have long enough windows on the bottom for you to shoot out of. It's a couple things to think about. And yeah, this particular blind's been here, I believe, 3 years. Notice it's got vinyl siding and those windows slide up and down. It's got shingles on the roof. So this is made to last, and this will be good for years and years and years.
Set. Ready?
Yep. Thank you, Eric.
Yep.
Get my feet in. All right.
This is another option. Take the ground blind, pick up a quad pod 6 feet off the ground. Access is from the bottom, so you can come up, pull right up with whatever you're using, whether it's Ranger, Gator, whatever. Pull up next to it. Obviously, he's going to need some help from somebody who's able-bodied. Help get him up in here. Once he's in there, he uses the same chair that he'd use in the ground blind itself. And I'll make sure he has all his equipment, everything's ready. Once he's ready, I'm out of here until he calls me. Once I come back, then we get him down similar the same way. So, you ready?
Yep, ready.
All right.
Thanks, sir.
Yep. Yep.
Got it.
All right.
Okay, so my favorite way to hunt, to bow hunt, is out of a tree stand. And so growing up, a good weekend would be me and my buddies. We'd have a football game on Friday night, and then Saturday morning we'd be out in the woods hunting, and then be hunting from our tree stands. And then on Saturday morning after hunting, we'd go to somebody's house for breakfast. Now, my buddy Robbie's, his house was the best to go to breakfast because his mom took the best care of us. Anyways, so after being paralyzed, figuring out how to bow hunt again like I used to was a challenge, and that's what I want to share now is how what me and friends have figured out ways to get back up into a tree stand, and the way we figured out is with some rock climbing equipment and rock climbing ropes and a couple other tools. So what we're going to show now is Art will be hanging a tree stand and fixing and rigging the ropes that I'll use to climb. Like when you climb a gym rope, a rope in gym class, this is similar, but I've got a couple other tools here. So these are ascenders, they call these. So clams, the rope will go in here, we'll show that in a minute, and allows me to go up, hang on, relax a bit, climb up a little higher, and so forth. So that was what I like about this setup is it's uses basically a tree stand anybody else would use. So it's portable. It's not super expensive and super difficult to get set up. It's a system that I've used and taken up to Canada to hunt bears. Something that's movable, something that's portable. And fortunately, I'm strong enough to get in and out of a tree. Now that Art has the platform, the stand hung, the next step is to start rigging ropes that I'll use to climb. So the first thing is as high above the stand as he can reach. He's going to wrap this 1-inch tubular nylon webbing around the tree a number of times. Make sure that's tight and knotted, and we're going to put 2 carabiners in that and then start rigging the ropes. So one carabiner is for the rope I'll use to climb, and the other one will be for the rope used for protection for belay.
Okay. So what I did is I put one through 2 and then the other one through 2 in the back side.
Sure,
So
that's
they're
good.
not on the same,
Good idea.
so it's weight differential.
Good.
Okay, I had to go through rock climbing class in college. Didn't have to do it 20.
Yeah, it was a good class.
It was actually. Mr. Kinsel. Alright, so now you want this, right?
Yeah, let's thread one rope.
How do you do, this is for you?
Yeah, one of those is that ends for me,
Okay.
and the so thread that one. Yep.
Okay.
I'd say do it like, yeah, that'll work. We're gonna do the same thing on the bottom here as with tie-in webbing around the tree down here, I think.
Which one is yours?
There you go.
Okay, now what do you want me to do with this?
Just thread that through the carabiner and we'll let it hang.
Through both of them?
Just one of them, the silver one.
Which way do you want it?
Yeah, that's a good way. Just like that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let it go down to you?
Yeah, send it all down and then we can just let that be.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll go. Good. Why don't I throw this other rope to you too. We'll have both ropes will be set on top, and so we got all the ropes hung up top there. The next thing we can do is to send up the chair to sit, the parts for the chair to sit on. Heads up. Yep, that's yours.
Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, here.
Yep, we gotta. So what we need to do is get get the ropes fixed for the one I'm gonna climb. We'll need to get that tied off down on the bottom here. You can just tie that. All right, so these guys are just for I run up the rope with these. These will only go up; they don't go down. So that's what I climb with.
Okay.
I'll just connect those. All right, they're good there. This is oh, what did I do with that? This guy. The this is the belay device. So one of these, figure out which end. So I'm gonna. Where's the end with the loop?
That one, in your right hand.
This guy.
Yep.
This end connects to me.
Okay.
It's all good. This guy. Here, why don't you come on the other side of me?
Yeah.
This guy goes this rope goes around like this, and this is the this will as I'm going up, you're pulling this out,
Okay.
and that'll keep me from what do you want to say? If you put
Yep.
that through that carabiner. All right. Get that out of there.
That didn't help. Made it worse.
Let me see here. I know what I'm doing here.
Yeah. Let's cut this out of the way.
All right. So when you hold that like that, Art,
Yep.
see when I'm pulling down, that rope won't make it through there.
Okay.
When you so when I need some slack, you just when you pull that lever, then it goes through.
Okay.
So as I'm climbing up, you're gonna be pulling the rope to take off the slack.
Okay.
So we can start. Usually, you're pulling one there and pulling it out like that.
Yep.
So we'll see how this works. Make sure I'm all hooked in there. All right. Keep pulling as much slack out of there as you can. Oh yeah, we should get this. We're going. And you don't have to pull so hard, Art. I can. I'm gonna spin around. A little bit. All right, just a second. Stay right there.
And he's in.
All right, you can.
Want a little slack?
Just a second. Yeah, a little slack be good. Just find that lever there.
Yep.
There we go. A little bit more. That's good, just like that. Oh, this is nice. So yeah, we'll talk about this more, but this is a critical piece here. This allows me to have my balance to shoot my bow. I got plenty of slack. You can close her up.
Turn around.
Yep. All right.
A little more.
Leave a little touch more. Yeah. All right. Success. Okay. One of the most important things for me to get back into bow hunting, one of the most challenging too, was figuring out how I was going to shoot my bow like I used to. The very first bow I bought was a Jennings Lightning. I was 12 years old, saved up my money, and got a Jennings Lightning compound bow. So I really enjoy shooting a longbow, and I needed to figure out a way to do that. Important thing to know is so I'm paralyzed from just below my chest down. I'm a T6 paraplegic. So what that means for me, the good parts is my hands are strong, my shoulders are strong, my back is strong, my arms are strong, my chest is strong. But the bad thing is I don't have any core muscles. My stomach muscles don't work. So if you notice, I'm always bracing myself for balance. So to shoot a bow, I couldn't stay balanced to draw and shoot a bow like a normal person could. You need core muscles to do that. So I had to figure out a way, how can I shoot a regular bow? And what we figured out was, well, if I sat in a chair and had straps that helped me stay steady when drawing a bow, well, that would do it. And that's what I've done here. So this is a chair where now, by this strap, I'm able to lean off to my left, draw my bow, and shoot like that. Something else, this chair, it rotates. So I don't know if you can see this, but there's a little set screw down here that I can loosen and tighten, and then allows me to rotate and shoot in different directions. So this is real critical. When we were talking earlier about having the chair in the ground blind, or the chair in the quad pod, or the chair in the permanent bind, or the chair up in the tree stand, same principle. Is this kind of plastic chair, straps. It's just, it can be something as simple as these straps are just through holes drilled in the plastic, like boat chair. Another important thing about this chair for me is that it is, I'll loosen this up a little bit, is I'm sitting on a cushion. I made the mistake of doing an antelope hunt and spending 12-hour sits on a hard plastic chair, and that resulted in a pressure sore that kept me out of commission for like a month after that. So don't make the same mistake I did. Sit on a cushion of some kind. I hope you enjoyed what we showed you, and I hope you were able to learn something, and I hope you got some ideas. So if one person got some ideas that would help get them back in the woods, a person in my situation or similar situation, give them some ideas on how they might want to how to hunt again and do something I love so much, I'm a happy guy. Or if you and as a friend of somebody, or you know somebody, got some ideas that may be able to help them out and get them back in the woods, I'm a happy guy too, and our goal has been met here. So thanks for watching, and good luck.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. For more news and upcoming events, please check out arthelenoutdoors.com.
You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter. That's a great place to ask us questions, share your experiences, and find out what we're up to. We want to hear from you.